Hello everyone! Today I'm talking about the Legend of Zelda series. This is my favorite game series of all time. This episode might be a bit longer because I have so much more to say. I love Zelda in every game, except for the CDIs.
My boy!
Anyway, again, I'll talk about the first few main titles, but I'll mention more recent games. Now, let's get started. The first game was simply titled The Legend of Zelda, and was one of the first action-adventure games ever. It was also one of the first open-world games. Yes, the first game was open-world, even on the NES. It was released in 1986 and had one of the least scripted stories in you, unlike the new and improved Breath of the Wild. You were put in a game without any information. Inside the game, there were so many secrets and things to find, like almost every wall could be a cave. It had 9 dungeons and so many enemies to find. It was an extremely hard game to beat, though I have beaten it a lot and I still love it. It debuted Ganon and is a NES classic, which is still a great game today, at least for my standards. After that came Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. This was okay. I guess it was very hard and was just a sequel. The story was that they were trying to resurrect Ganon, and that's it. Zelda was in a slumber too. It was top-down and overworld, and had random encounters and places that activates a side-scroller that you need to cheese every single enemy that comes at you, or you just die. It is really hard, but it did introduce Dark Link, the doppelganger to Link, as the final boss to save Zelda from slumber. And that's that for that game, I guess. Then came one of my favorite 2D Zelda games, A Link to the Past. This was the first 16-bit Zelda game, and it was amazing. It released in 1991 and full of dungeons and items. It had a complete story and great gameplay. The Dark World was the best feature they could have had. The whole map doubles and you have a whole new refreshment for you to play. The Ganon fight was amazing and you get so many items that you could use. It also introduced the most iconic weapon, the Master Sword. That is the most iconic sword I know. All 3 pieces of the Triforce were in this game too. The first game had 0 Triforce of Courage. The others had the wisdom and power. It had great music too. This was the first Zelda game where there was more than a few memorable soundtracks. I love listening to these soundtracks and they're really nice. This game was originally on the SNES, but it was ported to the Game Boy Advance, the Wii, the Wii U, and new Nintendo 3DS. This was a very big game for the 2D Zeldas. When this game released, it received critical acclaim and commercial success. It was a very big title for the SNES. I was glad to see that the side-scrolling was gone and that the top-down perspective had returned, because Zelda 2 was really annoying. I do still wonder though, why Link's hair is pink. I kind of find that dumb. For some reason, the marketing campaign for this game was completely insane. So then this happened.
Zelda の伝説出るついに出るゴージャス今度の冒険リアル君もすぐに体験憎いでやんすね昆虫症高画質の謎解きアクション戸惑うことなくのめり込もうもちのロンスーパーファミコン
But then came my favorite game of all time, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This was the very first video game I ever played. I was a little kid on a Nintendo 64. This game hasn't aged well, but I still really like it. All the people who are saying that it's really old, I just don't really listen to. Honestly, I just like playing it. This game was that nobody actually cares, but I hate the water temple so much. Everyone else does, but I just hate. I cannot do iron boots. I've loved this game so much and I've played it a lot. It had all 7 stages and 8 main dungeons. The first 3D Zelda game. Ganondorf was human in this game instead of being a pig, so you can play tennis with him. You know, the final battle tennis game for Hyrule. Spoilers. I was very surprised when I first played this game. It was very fun, even though I had no idea what to do. I just ran in the bush for infinite rupees. That was fun. For a very, very long time, this game was considered the best game ever. I love the 8 dungeons with all their own theme. It had so many memorable moments and mechanics. This game introduced a new form of Ganon. His name was Ganondorf. He was quite a villain. He was actually very menacing, and he rode a black horse. So, that means scary. Or at least for me. Little 7-year-old me. Another good feature of this game was the Ocarina of Time. You could use it to solve puzzles, and it sounded really nice. It also brought a very, very good dance. I could flush over this game for hours, but I need to wrap this video up. So for this episode of Early Gaming History, we did Zelda. And if you care, we're doing Donkey Kong next. All the Kongs and their history. Well, until then, bye-bye. Oh, God.